my celestial friends! I'm Echo, the Saving Sorceress, and today we're going to begin creating some potion bottles. Obviously, it's one of my favorite things to do. So let's start with step one. Removing the labels off of old glass bottles and jars so that, we can reuse them. There's a few great simple methods that we can try, and I'll show you how to do them. I think it's something everyone should learn. Honestly, I think that everyone should know how to remove glass bottle labels, whether you're making potion bottles or not. I mean, you can use old glass bottles and jars for food and craft storage, or vases and home decor. You could even store your own homemade brews in them. It's such a good skill to have. So, let's get started. Oh, and also, every single method that I'm going to be showing you, except for one, is something that you can do with stuff you already have at home. So it's super easy too. One of the best and most effortless methods to remove labels is simply just using soap and hot water. Pour hot or even boiling water into a container. You could do this in a sink with a stopper too. You'll want enough water to cover the labels of each bottle or jar completely. Adding soap will loosen the labels, making the whole process go by so much faster. Add several bottles and jars at once to be more efficient. Also, you may want to use even more bottles piled on top to hold pieces down beneath the water and keep them from floating up to the surface. Alternatively, you could fill them with water as well. Let them soak for about 10 minutes. Also, remember to refresh the container with new hot water as yours cools down. Using a piece of plastic like an old gift card or some solid junk mail, slowly scrape off the wet label. I don't recommend using your fingernails to do this, like I did for my first few tries, because you'll end up with sticky paper under the nails and very sore fingers. But any thin piece of plastic you can find around your house should do just fine. Look how nice that turned out. Next, I'm going to show you a super easy way to remove those printed on labels that are usually used to list times and dates on food items. Don't worry, we'll get back to removing more paper and plastic labels as well as other labels of mysterious materials in a moment. This one will be quick. All you need is a bit of nail polish remover. Pour it onto a rag and rub the area, and it's gone, just like magic. Some labels take a little bit more work to scrub off, but nail polish remover is one of my favorite methods because it's just so easy. Okay, now back to the grind. I'd estimate hot water with soap will take care of about 75% of all bottle labels, but when it doesn't, that's when you have to get tough. Oil can work in a pinch if you have some on hand. This is just a bottle of canola oil that went bad. Instead of throwing it out, I decided to include it in my label removing station. You need to dab the oil on quite heavily and try to keep it on the label so it can soak through to the sticky side. This works best for paper labels. You may have to leave the oil on for around half an hour to start getting results. But that leads us to our next method. Peanut butter. That's right, peanut butter. It actually works even better than oil. This peanut butter was hidden in the back of the pantry for too many years and went a bit stale. So it's the perfect one to use for this project. Now, if I had a choice, I would have gone for smooth peanut butter rather than extra crunchy, but I try to reduce what I buy and reuse what I have, so today, crunchy it is. So why does peanut butter work better than plain oil? Well, because peanut butter is full of oil, but it's sticky enough to hold the oil in place so it has plenty of time to soak through the label. It honestly works miracles for some of the tougher, thicker labels or sticky leftovers. Now we've reached the final method, which is the only one that will require you to buy something. Goo Gone. In my experience, it takes off nearly every other label that stays on through all the other methods. I think they sell it in most stores in the US, but it may go by a different name elsewhere. I've even found it in the Dollar Tree before, so that's good news. You don't want this stuff to stay on your hands for too long since it means business, but you can apply it with the nozzle or a cloth. Just make sure there's plenty to soak through a paper label and plenty around the edges of a plastic label. After about 10 minutes, start trying to pull the label off. In some cases, this stuff will even remove the whole label in one piece. It works incredibly well, but I try to use it sparingly, since the rest of the methods are free and a bit more hand-friendly. And there we are! Look at all those bright and shiny label-free bottles, all set to be used for any number of witchy, practical, or aesthetic purposes. I can't wait to start using them. Stay tuned for videos showing how to create your own labels for potion bottles and ingredients, and how to decorate bottles with store-bought labels to make them your own, coming in the near future. Let me know down in the comments what you like to do with old bottles and jars. Also, if you have really good tips for removing labels that I didn't try out in this video, please let me know about them. I'd love to try them in the future. And if you enjoyed this video, please add a like and subscribe for more witchy content, plants, sewing, and saving things, of course. I'll be back next Thursday with a brand new video, so see you soon. And remember, my celestial friends, save whatever pretty or unique bottles you can find. Be kind to yourself and to the universe. And try to add a little bit of magic wherever possible to your corner of the world. Bye. Feeling fancy with my bone hair. I'm such a bonehead.